That was another day. The day I fasted for 40 days and then began losing my mind. I think it was on my 32nd or 33rd day of the fasting. So this is what happened. I was in the lab performing some lab work or some experiments, scientific experiments for my study. So as I was in the lab, this is what happened. I had been fasting previously. All these days I've been fasting. Been going well. I've been praying, fasting and all. But this one day, this is what actually happened. As I was in the lab, normally I was having 4 tubes. In each one of them, I was supposed to put different chemicals or liquids. For example, in one I was supposed to put water, the second one put methanol. The third one, maybe water number 2 and methanol number 2. So there's supposed to be 4. And so I was also supposed to label them as like from 1 up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what happened. It happened the first time. I was supposed to use the methanol, which is supposed to be in tube, the second tube, which is tube number 2. So as I was supposed to use this methanol, I got to realize that no, wait a minute. As I was supposed to take that water and put it somewhere from this second tube here, the one that I'm pointing, I realized, it's like I labeled it as number 3 instead of being tube number 2. And what does it mean if it's tube number 3? It means now it's water. Then it got mixed up that no, it's like I put water in a tube which is supposed to be meant for something else. So okay, I took it lightly. I had to restart again, and I'm running out of chemicals again. The things that I'm supposed to use, they were very, very low, less amounts. The amount was very low. So I tried to label the tubes from scratch. 1, 2, 3, 4 for water, methanol, water 2 and methanol 2. Again, when I was pipetting and I'm under pressure, like I'm working under pressure, and because like I was having a deadline. So again, when I go maybe to the 3rd tube, guess what happened? I realized it's not tube number 3. It's like I've labeled it as number 1, meaning now there are 2 ones. There's tube number 1, 2. Instead of 3 and 4, it's tube number 1, 2, 1 and 4. You know what? I was like, what's going on here? No, means I was not focusing. And again, I started afresh. I labeled them again. I erased those numbers and put the rightful chemicals inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Water, methanol, water 2 and methanol 2. So now I'm performing my experiment again. And now it's getting late already because I've been repeating these things, they take time. Guess what happened? As I was pipetting air, tube number 1 was having the correct chemical. I went to tube number 2. Okay, it's correct. Number 3. Now as I was supposed to go to number 4, now number 4 is number 2. I labeled it as number 2 again. And in number 2, I've also put instead of putting water, it's like in this one, like I put alcohol or methanol. And as a result, I'm not supposed to put those things together because there was some other stuff which needed me to mix them with water. So then, now next moment I look at it, I'm out of chemicals. And I try to squeeze in again. I try to label the tubes from scratch. 1, 2, 3, 4 for water, methanol, water and methanol. The very same thing happened again. I realized that, you know what, I don't know what's going on here. I just labeled this tube as 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's like I don't know what am I writing. It's like when I'm writing 1, next thing I wrote 2. Like, or when I'm supposed to write 4, next thing I'm writing 1, and I was like, you know what, That's when I went back to my room and I was like, oh Lord, I'm under pressure, like I'm already tired. Remember, I'm in a fast, I'm already tired, and I spent the whole day doing absolutely nothing. That is when I was like, oh Lord, like I remember what the angel of the Lord said to Daniel, that the Lord heard you when you began your fasting, because he was doing a 21 days fasting. I think he fasted for some number of days and then already God had heard him, but the angel his prayers were trapped in the spirit. So even in my case, I ended up going to God. I was like, Lord, like now I'm having a deadline and I'm under pressure. They want the work and already I'm not longer performing, because now it's like when I go to the lab, I go and malfunction. That is when it came to me, to my spirit, that I know what, it's 33 days or 32, I think 32 or 33. It's enough, like you can go on. I remember that scripture that now you can break the fasting. That is when I stopped that fasting. And yes, and then the following day I went back to the lab and things went well. And yeah, unfortunately God managed to hear my fasting, because I did see results. That will be story for another day. So yes, that was the day I started losing my mind because of too much fasting. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Remember, if you're watching for the first time or you have been watching, you have not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload new videos like this, because more are still coming up. And as for me, Ishmael, and your priest, I will see you next time. And remember, feel free to comment. See ya.